increased. The great spotted woodpecker made the top 20 for the very first time. But sightings of the robin have gone down, apparently.
Oh, which is a shame. It is 13 minutes past 8.
Let's go back to our top story now. Regulators will investigate whether the big 6 UK energy suppliers are preventing effective competition in the UK energy market.
Speaking to Breakfast earlier, the chief executive of the energy regulator Ofgem, Dermot Nolan, said there was concern that suppliers were coordinating behaviour, also concern over the scale of prices and the timing of the announcements.
The investigation will be led by the Competition and Markets Authority and is expected to take 18 months. Let's get reaction now from the Shadow Energy Secretary, Caroline Flint, joining us from our London studio. Thank you for your time this morning. What worries you most about what you've heard from Ofgem this morning?
Well, first of all, it's a confirmation of what Labour has been saying, that the energy market is broken and it needs fixing. And I think consumers and bill payers will be saying, well, OK, there's going to be a review, but what is going to happen for us right now? And that's why Labour is absolutely clear. Everyone should be benefiting from their bills being frozen, not just the customers of SSE, but every customer should be benefiting from that, and that should be happening right now.
OK, you say that should be happening right now. And how would you propose... I mean, I appreciate you're in an awkward position here because you are not in government right now. But were you in government right now, having read this report, how would you make consumers have more trust in those companies? What would you actually do?
Well, first of all, 6 months ago at our conference, Ed Miliband stated quite clearly that if we were in government right now, we would take action to freeze prices. We wouldn't ask the companies to do it. We'd legislate and change the licences to ensure that took place while we reform the sector. And some of our reforms, which were announced 6 months ago, included breaking up the companies in the way in which they both generate and supply, making sure that we have a transparent pool in which electricity is traded, and thirdly, to be honest, today's confirmation that Ofgem, the regulator, has failed. We would establish a new, tough regulator that is up to the job that the public want.
Well, one of the problems that politicians now face, surely, and you would be in this position were you in power, is that this report will report back in 18 months, 2 years' time, pending that time period. Surely you're obliged to wait before you get the full results of that report. Or are you saying that immediately now, were you in government, you would be decreeing, you would force those companies to freeze all prices pending the end of this investigation? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am saying that, and that's what we've been saying for the last 6 months. We have said that customers have not been treated rightly by the energy companies, that they have been overcharged, and that is confirmed in some of the comments being made by Ofgem today to their loyal customer base. And we've been very clear. We have said that if we were in power now, we would take action to freeze prices while we took our market reforms through. And to be honest, some of the proposals that are being discussed by Ofgem and others about reform are exactly the recommendations that Labour has been making for some time now. So, if we were government, we would start the process of outlining what our proposals would be, obviously consulting and putting together the draft bills that are necessary. And of course, the competition review can work alongside that and feed into our proposals of change. There may be other areas that Labour would like to look at to add to our package of reforms. But the truth is, what we cannot have is a review that, kicks things into the long grass and nothing happens for the next 18 months to 2 years. That's why customers are saying, well, OK, how are we going to be helped now? And the government should take action to make sure that prices are frozen.
Well, a lot of people listening to this who look at their bills will have a lot of sympathy with what you're saying. I mean, in purely practical terms, given that there is an investigation underway, the companies, nothing's been proven, they've not been proven as yet that they've actually done anything wrong. Is it practically possible to legislate for price freezes?
Yes, it is practically possible, and actually SSE, who announced yesterday a price freeze, just shows that it is possible.
No, they've done that voluntarily. What I'm suggesting is, can you force it?
But yes, we can. We can change the licence conditions. We can take emergency legislation to do just that. And that is the proposal that we have been talking about, that Ed Miliband outlined 6 months ago, pretty much to the day. And it's action that we would take in government. But this government is in power at the moment, and they can take action. And the question is what will they do for consumers right here, right now?
Caroline Flint, thank you very much for your time this morning. Caroline Flint is the Shadow Energy Secretary.
18 minutes.